So Deepak, this year is the World Cup. Everyone's looking forward to it. Everyone wants to go to Russia. But the last two World Cups have been held in Brazil and South Africa. And despite all the pomp, everyone talking about, oh, it's so great. The two countries have been laden with a lot of debt, a lot of stadiums that are of no use to anyone anymore. So why is Russia bidding for this? Moody's came out recently and said there's almost no potential economic benefit for Russia. So why do countries that are not already, first world developed stadiums, first world developed transportation systems, why do the countries without those abilities bid for a World Cup that could probably laden them with debt?
So it's complicated because if you know what happened in India in 1983, India's had the Asiad Games in 1982, and after the Asiad was done, we spent a significant amount of money building a village called the Asiad Village in Delhi. There were no takers for those houses because you built houses for the athletes, little things, and then at that time, what happened was the public sector banks that had financed the Asiad development went and bought all those houses, saying, listen, nobody else is buying them, we might as well buy them and keep them on our books. 20 years later, it is those flats that save them, because today each of those flats in Asiad Village is probably worth 3 or 4 crores. So if you had 5,000 flats today, you can imagine what that valuation is today. Most of those banks continue to hold those properties. They put their executives in them as houses, but imagine if those execs were given flats somewhere else, or they could sell those and rent them back at a much lower cost than otherwise. So the infrastructure that is created for one event may not actually help the economy at that time, but it can help the economy way down the line. A lot of countries that have sponsored Winter Olympics have taken on a lot of debt to do the same thing, and then eventually had problem to pay that debt back, whether it was Brazil, which was earlier, or South Africa, or I believe even at some point China for the Olympics. There are issues when it comes to for long-term financing, but consider this: the benefit is people come to you, people who did not know you existed, or you. How many towns do you know in Russia? We don't know all those names now because the matches are being conducted there. Then Russia is huge. It spans 11 time zones, and we know of Moscow and maybe Stalingrad or a couple of other little things that come in Robert Ludlum novels. But otherwise, you haven't heard of much. Okay, you've heard of Ukraine. Now it's a different country. There's Kiev. There isn't that much in Russia that you know about, and this is an opportunity for people to kind of discover that there's an opportunity here in terms of population that is relatively richer than most of India, Brazil, perhaps not China, but India and Brazil at least. There is a set of cities that are reasonably well developed, and the fact that eventually investment comes here, whether it happens now or 2 years down the line, is a positive for Russia. All it takes is their ability to understand that this investment can come if certain things happen. So for instance, I might go there and say, I love this town, it's got a great football stadium, but can you guys ensure that I get a X amount of electricity and X amount of space and these kind of... So if the Russian government knows that, they can go in and say, listen, we'll do it. We'll make this happen, just come over, set up your factories, and we're in business. The more this happens, the more Russia is going to become accepted by the world. Russia is this closed thing, right, for most of the world. With America, America hates Russia's guts forever, and people outside of America don't consider it worth investing. So it's probably going to open up that. They may never make money from the World Cup as it is, but the benefits will appear only maybe 15 or 20 years down the line.
So it's sort of a PR exercise for their tourism departments and their infrastructure.
Always. It's an expense item. It is never a revenue item. It's just like me. To give you an example, a lot of things that companies do never make money. Sometimes they hold their own conferences. They charge, Google may call a developer conference, and sometimes they charge money, but the ticket price is a waste of time because you can call up a few people and get a free pass and enter. So why do they do that? It's not because they want to earn revenue from this conference, but it's also because the PR visibility it gives them by coming closer to their customers. It changes the dynamic of how people use Google products. So somewhere down the line, they make a benefit. The funnel gets built by having these conferences, these events. And no matter how you call them, it's going to be an expense item. It's going to be a very, very large expense item, but it's an expense item all the way. And a little bit is ego also. I won the World Cup. We sponsored it, So that thing is an ego thing for any leader. They put in at some point we're going to see changes in the oligarchy over there, and somebody gets to say, I was there, I brought the World Cup to Russia.